Hello and welcome to the very first episode of my actual channel, the Haybex channel. I'm Rebecca Hawbrick, and today we're going to be talking about every single thing that I am going to be doing and need to do over the next 6 months in order to change my life. I am done with pausing things. I had kind of talked about it a little bit in my prior video, but that was more so me just saying, hi, I'm starting a YouTube channel. I'm really excited for today. It's my birthday month. It's December 5th. My birthday's on Christmas Eve, which I'm really excited about, but I don't really want to start a whole like New Year's resolution thing. I want to start now in December. And so there's been a lot of things. A, I'm an actor. B, I live in LA. C, I have been here for about a year and things are finally settling where I feel like it's go time. When it comes to things that I absolutely need to change, and I realize, I have a notepad and paper here, I realize, at least for this video, I don't have things already written out. It's more so I'm going to be brainstorming with you all of the things that need to be done and just basically pouring it all out. If we're talking about every single aspect of my life, which is what I want to be changing over the next 6 months, it's not just one specific thing, it's every single area. We're talking financial, we're talking I need to move, we're talking I'm an actor and I need an LA agent and I need to get that done. And I need to get into the community and just start things off strong. In addition to a few other ventures. I mean, heck, literally by virtue of the fact that I'm creating this video, this is one of the things that I have on my list as well, is to finally create a YouTube channel and have this outlet where I'm having fun. So I'm happy that we're doing this right now when we're talking about other things. So the very first one I mentioned was more on like the financial side of things. I already do pretty well for myself, but I have student loans. I had a pretty high percentage interest rate that I was paying, and I was able to refinance it twice within the same month, actually. I was literally paying 9.75% and was able to get it down to 5.5, which is amazing. I highly recommend doing so if you have not refinanced your student loans even just once. Your private student loans, because I find that the public ones, if you're old enough, they end up helping with establishing a good level of history with your credit. But if you do your private ones and refinance those, I mean, my credit score is now at 820. I mean, it's kind of crazy how much it increased. And when I got out of college and my student loans closed, my credit score was like a 509 by the time it closed. So we have massively improved just from these minor switches that I'm already proud of. So that's major. Having a phenomenal credit score, having a better rate on my student loans. The other things that I'm interested in is diversifying my income. So I have a standard salary job, but I am also interested in investments, in starting a few small businesses. I probably will create a whole nother video just on that alone, because that is sort of, you know, that's kind of a lot to talk about in one go. So that, for the most part, is going really well. So I'll go ahead and write that down on the first one, because I am realizing as I'm talking, I did not write any of those goals down. So the very first thing is moving. That's what I think I mentioned. So I made the mistake of thinking that Long Beach counted as Los Angeles, which technically it does because it's LA County. But I had about 4 days to pick an apartment. I moved here from Chicago. From the northern suburbs of Chicago. I can't really say Chicago, but the Chicagoland area is what it's called, really. And I came out here. I've never really had trouble finding apartments in the past. Usually in Chicago, in Atlanta, it is pretty normal and easy. It takes a few days. You call it a day. You submit. You get accepted, and then you move in. But here in LA, I realized I made the mistake of just flying in for a week, less than a week technically, and things get snapped up here pretty quickly. Like you almost, by the time you see the apartment, you will see other people in the apartment actively applying for the thing that you're currently looking at right now, for the place that you're looking at. And so it is a lot more cutthroat here. My goal previously was just like, I need the most square footage available for the least amount of money. That was in a neighborhood that allowed me to easily potty my dog. So I live near a park, which is nice, and had sunlight because he likes laying in the sunlight, and you know, things that work for me and my dog. And so that was the original goal, which is totally great. But I came in and checked the place out in, God, what was it? I think it was like end of October of last year. There's not really much going on, and so I didn't really get a good understanding of the type of area that I'm living in. I'm not going to go into it too much right now because I think pretty much everybody who watches this would be like, you need to get the heck out of here. This is very dangerous. And I already know because I tell my family and friends about it, and everyone pretty much agrees. And we're not talking about like, oh no, so-and-so from down the street keeps leaving their dog poop out, like, and not picking it up. We're talking about like, you know, the police are called and people go to jail kind of thing. Like that's the area that I'm living in. And so not the safest. I do not recommend. I'm not going to share exactly like the area that I'm in Long Beach until I finally move, but I need to move. And so my lease is technically up right now as of November, like mid-November. Now it's December 5th, so everything's fine. But is it December 5th? I never know. Yeah, it is. Okay, got that right. I right now am living month to month, and so that works in my favor. It'll give me more time to find an apartment. I'm hoping to finally like have a new place in February. So it's coming up. This is actually the longest that I've lived in a place. I think the thing that I really would enjoy is to be able to find a place that I like enough to stay for longer than just a year. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on with that. And so housing. Housing is done. The next part is getting an agent. So I've had agents in Chicago and Atlanta. Here, it's a lot different. When you're living in places outside of LA, people will get really intimidating about the way that they discuss living in LA, how cutthroat it is, how crazy it is, that sort of thing. And it kind of shies you away. I mean, I have actor friends who live in different cities and they are full on like, I am not going to move until I'm at a certain caliber, and that's just that. And so they're staying in their markets. I decided to come out here. I just felt like it was time. Better weather. I've got friends and family out here. So yeah, I made the leap. I pulled the list of all SAG approved agents. You can do so on the actual website. It's like, oh God, I can't even remember how many I actually went through, but I went through the entire list and searched them up. Some of them, I don't know how they're still like approved by SAG because they seem very scammy and or like aren't even really open. But I went through, I culled down the list to 91 agents that I would absolutely submit to and be happy to be represented by. But the thing is, you need to be able to have your materials to be at such a level where it's easy for them to sell you. You know what I mean? Like I need to give them great materials. And so I technically do. Like I technically have great materials. I have been on major auditions. Like technically the stuff that I have right now works. I just want it to be slightly better. My headshots need to be updated. So that's one of the big things that I need to get done. And that's probably a whole nother discussion for a whole nother video, but headshots to me are always just like a little bit scary. It's not the same as filming and talking and being able to adjust things. It's like, you know, I don't know. I think I get a little too much in my head when it comes to headshots. And so it's always a big thing to me when I do that. But I think this time around, because I already know who I would want to get it by, I think this time around I want to do the photo shoot and have it be more so an experience on me feeling more comfortable getting my photos taken like professionally. It's very different than just taking a nice photo on Instagram and posting it, you know, whatever. Outside of headshots, there's a few other things that I've always been interested in, and that is creating my own content. I have a few friends that do this already, that they make their own short films, that they are writers and they're creating their own scripts essentially. I've already done that with a friend, which is great, but I think we're going to be rewriting it because the location that we set the short film script to, it's just going to be a little too difficult. And so my whole goal with creating my own content is it would be great if I could create it and actually submit it to film festivals, just like have that experience and get into that mindset of constantly creating short films. But if I'm in a short film, I can cut 10 to 30 seconds of it out and add it to my demo reel. So that is another massively important thing that you need to have in order for your agents to be able to represent you. And so having that adjusted would be great. So that is the major thing. If I got that done, I'm not kidding. If in 6 months from now I am signed with an agent, I will be over the moon excited and happy. I mean, the whole point of having an agent, yes, you can of course submit on Backstage, on Actors Access, on casting networks, for your own projects, but those are mostly small short films, small, you know, indie films, that sort of thing. If we're talking about wanting to be cast in a major motion picture, or if we're talking any TV show that you see at all ever, most of them, if not all of them, are cast through having your agent submit you for things. And so it's incredibly important. Let's see, the next one for YouTube, I've actually had a pretty fun time doing the editing for it. I'm realizing like it's fine to talk to you. It's fine to hang out here in this space and like film and talk in this way. But the editing portion is my Achilles heel, at least at the current moment. That and fear, but outside of that, we're working on that. It's all fine. It's more so just trying to make sure that I am posting regularly, that I understand what the workflow is for that, and that I can remain constant with it is something that is really important to me for getting this changed. And I think in 6 months from now, I could have so many videos out there and have such a fun little body of work that I'm proud of. And like, I think that would be great. My health, I'm gonna put on the list. I already work out. I'm pretty happy with it just by the fact that I have stopped eating a Midwest diet. No hate, I love the Midwest. Go Bears, I'm so proud of them. But I literally just moving from where I was to now and like experiencing what it's like to live here, I have lost so much weight, which I understand it might be a little weird to talk about losing weight in this way, and if you're happy with where you are, great. I absolutely gained weight from injuries that I had. I broke my knee a few years back. Getting into the habit of having a normal workout routine has been interesting for me. I had a friend once say, eventually that you'll like it. You'll end up wanting to go to the gym. And I just could never really imagine getting to that point, but it absolutely is one of those things where you genuinely do feel better when you are working out consistently. I'm pretty proud of that. I've made some pretty great gains outside of just losing. Right now it's about 13 pounds. I only want to lose 2 more pounds, and then we're going to call it a day on that and just work on being as fit as I possibly can. I would like to be strong. You know what I mean? I am already in a great workout routine. I think I can partner that with even more consistency and even longer gym periods. I had started out with literally just 20 minutes at the gym. I'm not trying to do anything crazy here. I already love my body. I think she's great. I want to build muscle. I want to keep it, and I want to have that sustained throughout my life. And so yeah, I think at least for right now, I'm gonna do Monday through Friday for just an hour and see how I like it. outside of other health related things, I think I'm pretty okay. I've got appointments to all my doctors. I found amazing doctors here in LA. Like heck, I mean, I got my glasses. These are brand new. Ooh. Ooh. The next little one we're going to be talking about, I am interested in skill farming. When I mean skills, I mean like working out related to stunt work. I want to horseback ride. I want to learn how to shoot every single gun that is needed. There's HEMA classes in LA, and HEMA is historical European martial arts. And I found a studio that does it and has a pretty good membership. And so I'm going to be starting that whole journey. I feel like finally I've worked out enough to gain a level of strength where I'll be able to, pull my own weight in those classes. But yeah, that is something massively that I am interested in improving. And I think that we can squeeze it into the 6-month mark. I'm realizing there's a lot of things in here that need to be adjusted, and I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. I'm realizing, so the next one, and maybe the last one, we'll see for now, but I'm going to call it home. What that would be more so is just being able to do all of these other tasks that I've talked about, but also still maintain a clean environment. It's hard for me to get things done and want to deal with them when my entire space is cluttered. And obviously it's important just for the fact that my dog lives here. And so I guess I've always wanted a house that anybody could stop by at any time, and it is like Martha Stewart level taken care of. And right now I'm pretty proud because my house does look like that at the current moment. Keeping that maintained is difficult, and it's something that you absolutely need to work into the schedule. When we're talking about rounding this whole thing out, things that I'm personally nervous about, maintaining an appropriate schedule and getting good sleep and being so consistent with this. I mean, we're at a point now where it is go time, which is why I'm going to be filming the rest of this. We're going to be just having a normal documented series on getting this stuff done. I'm really excited now that it's like out of my head and onto paper. I think that we've got a good amount of things to do. And so now the question is, how do I do all of this? How do I schedule this? I think I will let you know what I've come up with in my next video. I've got 6 months to get this done. I think even if we're talking about like major goals that I want dealt with, getting an agent is going to be king, is going to be the biggest thing that I would absolutely be proud of completing. The second one would be getting out of here, moving finally, and then the third one is continuing with this YouTube channel. I think the rest of them I will be throwing in here and maintaining throughout, but if we're talking about like major massive goals, it's those 3. If I get them done, I'm going to be such a happy camper. Not even kidding. I think that having that, yes. So here we go. Welcome to the ride. I'm going to be sharing all of this throughout. Yeah, I like it. I've got all this on my paper. This is great. Good. All right. Well, I'll see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day and happy Friday. Bye.